Hello, Scary Gary here. Another week's gone by. Unfortunately, Harris County, which is the county that surrounds Houston, Texas, has put a mask order on Monday of this week that basically says anytime that you go into any area to shop, to a restaurant, you have to wear a mask. Most places I've been to so far, they actually, if you forget and walk up there, they pass you a mask and things. So, but you know, driving a Dodge pickup truck, I'm getting kind of used to wearing my mask, you know, to be covered up and things like this. I'm not going to get into, is this a fake thing? Is this a right thing? Is this a whatever? But the one thing I do want to talk about is I think this is almost more important than all the other data. It's the fear factor with it. And I'm going to just talk about myself here. I live in Houston, Texas. Never had an allergy in my life until I was down here. We moved down here in 83. And in 88, I got a cold I couldn't shake. And I went to the doctor and he said, "You got allergies." I said, "I never had allergies in my life." He goes, "How long you been down here?" I says, "About 5 years." He goes, "That's about what it takes." So when the trees make love, my sinuses suffer. And when my sinuses are suffering during a time when when you don't feel good, my mind and my fear is telling me, "Oh my gosh, I've got this. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, whatever." Had a buddy of mine said, when you get into that, take your temperature. So I actually even spent some money on one of these fancy dancy little thermometers, which are probably twice as much as what they used to cost. Got to take my hat off to do this. So when I feel a little funky, it says 96.3. And guess what? I feel better. Even though my nose is plugged up, my sinuses are packed up and things like this, but hey, I don't have COVID, so if you're feeling scared or afraid, try getting a thermometer, and don't let your mind tell you you got something you really don't have as of yet. Today we're going to cover a campground up in Fort Worth. It's called the Northlake Village RV Park. It's on the north edge of Fort Worth. It's just across from the Texas Motor Speedway, which there is camping in the Speedway, so I'm sure this is an overflow, but it was a really, really nice campground. I got to say, the reason we went up there and the reason why we probably will be going up there, and we've stayed in several campgrounds in that area, is my wife, the good and beautiful Mary Lou. She wants to see her new grandbabies, who are just about a year old now. They'll be a year old in August. And so any chance we get to go up there. The other good thing about this trip was this is my first trip of using the 3/4 ton Ram 2500. And oh my gosh, it drove so nice. Oh, I'm really looking forward to a long trip with it because it's just so much better than the F-150, even though it's a Dodge. The campground, we checked into it, and this was the first campground we stayed in since the COVID-19 has started up. And the first thing they stated to me when I made the reservation was, "Are you going to be up here by 5? Because you have to sign some forms." And I have to sign some forms. Mary Lou had to sign some forms. Anybody that's going to stay there's got to sign some forms. And basically, it's just making aware. It's the disclaimers, the waivers that you have to sign with. And it was trying to get off work and everything, get up there by 5. It was a little bit tricky, but we did. We made it. The other thing that was kind of neat when we walked up there was they don't have you go into the office anymore. I say neat. They actually had a window kind of on the porch, and that was kind of acting as the separation between the office and the outside. And there's a little chair sitting out there, so you filled out your paperwork, signed your stuff on the outside of the window. They did state the pool was open, but you can only have 9 people. I believe it was at that time in it. There was a certain number, not over 8 or 9, and after that, nobody else could come in until somebody left. The bathrooms were open, and they were really clean. And but they did state on there, if you have a bathroom in your RV, we would really like you to use yours. And they specifically stated that the bathrooms were closed early so that they could disinfect them. The laundry facilities were open, but they did, of course, all of this stuff had signs on it. Going back to the bathroom a little bit, the bathroom actually even had a hand sanitizer in there, which I'm sure they probably added due to the COVID. Weight room, it was locked up, so I mean, it was just a little one anyway. But it's still, we got to camp. We did a walk around the campground, and it was actually fairly nice, fairly good spaces. Had a lot of little amenities. It was Memorial Day weekend, so it took a little bit extra. We had to do 3 days versus 2, and it was a little higher price than normal. I believe we were around $60 a night type scenario, but it was a nice campground. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So we enjoyed our time, and we definitely enjoyed seeing our grandbabies. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.
Turn on your post notifications.
Put the comments down below. Subscribing will make me happy.